understatement.
The one thing that, like any car that I've ever bought, I try to make sure that the ignition switch is on, is instead of being, on the side up here, is that it's on the dash.
Yes, she's driving with her feet, one on the wheel, the other on the gas pedal.
This is how we do it.
Veronica Brooks was born with no arms, but does have a very small humerus, an arm bone on her right shoulder, and an index finger.
Nothing real hard.
But what makes her even more extraordinary, she's a licensed occupational therapist at Princeton Community Hospital, helping retrain people to do everyday tasks.
Many times I got big eyes, and I was told it took 3 people to put me in this bed last night. You can't get me up out of bed by yourself.
But she does by talking them through it, and then she ties their shoes for them, which she demonstrated with our photographer, Philip.
Once I tied their shoes, I had their faith, I guess. Their faith in me as a therapist. Well, if she can tie my shoes, then, she's okay. She can take care of me.
And her patients rave about her.
I think she's fantastic. She gives people uplift that if she can be that way and do it, we can do it too.
I naturally learned to use my feet. That wasn't something that was taught to me.
Veronica became part of a family with 6 children when she was about 2 weeks old. They later adopted her.
Did you feel like you were different when you were growing up?
I didn't know it for a long time. I used my feet from the time I was an infant.
She grew up determined to do things for herself. Now it's as easy for her as sipping water. Plus, she has excellent penmanship. Surprisingly, her biggest obstacle isn't physical. It's the perception that she's disabled.
Being a whole person has nothing to do with arms, legs, eyes, ears. It has to do with how you're going to choose to see yourself and how you're going to choose to see other people.
And she doesn't see herself with a disability.
I feel like God doesn't make mistakes. I feel like, He sees me exactly how He wanted me to be.
Veronica also laughs about the awkward moments, like the time when passengers in another car began staring at her.
So I thought, well, maybe they know me. So I rolled down my window and I stuck my foot out the window and I waved.
Turns out they called the police because they thought she was driving recklessly. That officer became extremely embarrassed and quickly let her go. She's been called bullheaded and stubborn. We call her amazing and inspiring. In Princeton, I'm Sarah Lou reporting.
An absolute